Hello everyone, welcome back to Ready to Play Games. My name is Grayson,
My name's Boris.
and today it looks like the good folks at Epic Games have given us a new big llama to open up, which is the Super People Llama. So we're going to go ahead and give this guy a shot and see what this one's all about.
I like the fact that you can also get the Mythics in this one. You can kind of see that in the preview up there. It looks like a Mythic survivor, so I'm not sure if you can get heroes in this. No, just containing rare survivors, including... Oh, one each epic or better hero and legendary lead survivor. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to get... contains 11 tightly packed people, so whether or not, again, that'll be 11 and no more, we'll find out.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be as good as the super crazy troll loot llamas that we got over the past couple videos. So let's go ahead and see what's in that.
I gotta get me one of those.
Alright, I imagine this is going to be, yeah, so we're going to hit the gold again.
Pawn me.
Quick pawn.
Just got me.
I wonder where he gets the top hat from.
Walk away, friend. Forget
Okay.
about it.
Alright, so as you can see, we're starting off with uncommons, which is something that didn't happen in that troll one.
1,000 tickets, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
A lot of heroes. Legendary survivor.
So base
Or
Kyle.
hero, sorry. Okay. Okay, well that wasn't too bad.
Alright, so we got 12, so yeah, so the 11 is, I guess, the minimum that you're going to get here. So we got a legendary survivor, lead survivor, pragmatic, and an inventor.
Which is good for the tanks, the Think Tank squad. Then we've got another survivor, personality curious, set bonus, trap durability bonus, which is one of those one of 3 in order to upgrade that, and yeah, she's just kind of good all around.
Alright, then we got our big hero, I guess, out of this package, which is base Kyle, who's a constructor. So I guess we'll kind of do, maybe in this one, a little bit of a rundown on the heroes and what their abilities are here. So it looks like he's got... right away, you start off with creative engineering, so it increases your build speed by 10% and reduces building cost by 10%, which I think in a previous video we mentioned is fantastic when you're just starting out.
Yeah, if you're really going into the whole base building thing, I know that with the current event going on right now, the spring is in the air. There's actually a lot of stuff that's been showing up. Giant firecrackers that you have to set up. You got to set up a base quickly. There's the falling drones as well that you have to protect. That kind of come out of nowhere, and you have about 2 minutes in order to get there and build up a base. He would be something good for something like that.
Yeah, and so then his first big ability here that he comes with is Bull Rush. So it's a 30 energy, and the cooldown's 30 seconds. It does 249.9 blunt physical damage.
Okay.
So the constructor charges forward 3 tiles, collecting enemies on a shield, knocking them back at the end of the rush, or when colliding with a wall.
That's interesting. I wonder if colliding with a wall would actually do additional damage. We could probably look that up, or even just play with this character to see if that's particularly the case.
Yeah, and then looks like the second thing you get is base. So it's in 100 energy, cooldown's 4 seconds.
Okay, the base alters the matter of connected building pieces. Affected walls will do energy damage to any enemy that strikes the wall within melee. Wow, that's amazing. Attached structures gain 12% damage resistance. Extends 3 segments from placement. Only 1 base can be activated at a time. That gives me a whole new appreciation for constructors all of a sudden. Not only is that bonus to the speed and reduction of cost amazing, but something like this would be great. Setting up a bunch of dummy walls that you know they're going to attack. Just put one of these things down and just fry them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, and then it looks like when you get him up to level 5, level 5, he gets automated defenses, so increases base connectivity by 1 building piece.
Cool. So yeah, it goes from 3 pieces now up to 4 with that.
Yeah.
Cool. Long rush increases bull rush distance by 1 tile. Cool. Level 2, once you get up to the second star, Plasma Pulse, 40 energy, 45-second cooldown, 58.3 plasma energy damage. Deploys a device that emits exploding plasma pulses every 0.125 seconds for 10 seconds. So it's like a trap he lays down. And it sits around for... I'm not even sure if it's just for the 10 seconds, but that's kind of cool. It's like an emergency trap.
Yeah, if you're in way over your head, you can just throw it down. Or one of the big monsters comes after you.
Yeah, that's true. The Smashers or the Takers.
Yeah. So one thing to mention, just in case you don't know, each character you can level up to level 10, and then you have to bring them up to the next star.
Yeah, that's increasing the rarity. As you go through the various skill trees, you'll unlock... for each type of character, whether it's constructor, ninja, or soldier, etc., you can unlock a new rarity or a new star with each of the skill trees.
Yeah. So then it looks like 10, you get electrified. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So level 12 here, you get. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, level 12. So electrified floor. So enemies within the area affected by base take damage every 2 seconds.
That's amazing. Like I've never really looked into this base thing before, but it's then look at level 15. Safety protocols increase damage resistance of structures in the area of base by 6%.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden the durability of these places are going up. If you have metal walls that are upgraded to level 3, you put that on there as well. I think level 3 walls already have like 1,500 hit points or something like that. So this would give it a damage resistance of 6%, which just makes it go a little bit further.
Yeah, and then you have at level 18 emergency override. So immediately ends the cooldown of Bull Rush when the constructor's shield breaks from damage. Can only trigger once every 30 seconds.
Oh, cool. So if you get into trouble, then you can just bull rush out of there. Of course, you can only do it once every 30 seconds, but hopefully within that time you can get the shields back up. Okay, so let's see. Once you get to 3-star, the third level of rarity, you get Kinetic Overload, cooldown 6 seconds, damage 208.3 energy damage. Damage type is considered plasma as well as energy. Critical hits with hardware melee weapons trigger a kinetic overload. Dealing additional damage in knockback of the target can trigger once every 6 seconds. That's cool. As long as you're using hardware melee weapons, this thing can go off.
Yeah.
And it looks like it does a fair bit of additional damage, and causing knockback would be great to have as well, just because it'll clear some space, and not bad though.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, and at 25 looks like you get a riot shield.
Yeah.
So any enemies pushed will take critical hit damage and be knocked back further at the end of the rush. So automatically critical hits.
Yeah, if you use Bull Rush at level 25, any enemies pushed will take critical. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome as well. And then we got level 30, the final one, Lofty Architecture. Increase health of buildings within area base by 15%. Base, maybe it's just on base Kyle here. That looks like a very useful utility to have. That's a great support character.
Yeah, so as you can see, they have up to 5 stars to unlock. We only have... I'm not sure if Epic Games has only done 3 stars so far, or maybe you won't see what else you can unlock until you get to that 3rd star. Obviously, we haven't gotten that far in the game yet, so no idea. But at the bottom here, so the last thing... Yeah, so we have has a strong base with electric floors to stop enemies and Bull Rush to sweep the walls clear. So that's kind of just sums up everything.
Yeah.
Without getting into the details there.
So he's good for building the bases, and with this base ability and Bull Rush, he's really good at defending them in melee combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then next we have Epic Survivor, Personality Cooperative. Set bonus is the health bonus, which again is great because you only need 2 matching ones in order to get that health bonus. So that's
not too bad at all.
And then over here we have Power Base Nox, another constructor.
Yep, with the power base. I'm not sure exactly what power bases. But okay, so kinetic overload, we've seen that before. Creative engineering.
Yeah, so it looks like he's got, for the first bit, the same thing. Now attached...
Actually, a lot of these do.
Yeah, attached structures gain 12% damage resistance in the base, so I think that's the same as...
I think so. Go back up to base, Kyle. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same thing.
So, but it looks like it changes... yeah, because he has safety protocols as at the fifth level. So increases damage resistance of structures within area of base by 6%, which I think so it looks like these just come in different orders.
Yeah.
But his second star ability is decoy, which is definitely different than what base Kyle had.
Let's see that's cost 30, 60-second cooldown, deploys a metal decoy, which will distract all enemies within a 1.5 tile radius for 12 seconds, vulnerable to nature damage. That's kind of interesting. I could see some utility in something like this. You know, you're building a tunnel of traps, you put kind of an alcove halfway through, put a very strong wall up, and put the decoy down. And what'll happen is the enemies will stop and go after him instead. It's only 12 seconds, but it'd be kind of cool for a little bit of decoy if you... there you go, decoy. If you run into a situation.
Yeah, and then it looks like he does change because level 12 power modulation. So structures attached to base regenerate 5% of their health or max health every 10 seconds.
Wow, that's incredible.
So you don't have to run around worrying too much about having to repair a lot of your base. It just does it itself.
Yeah, it's a slow rate, the 5% every 10 seconds. But, you know, if it's a wall that's not really being hit too often, you know, for example, if it's one of the husk with the hive on its head, maybe it's residual damage coming out from the bee attacks. But this would be a good way in order for you not have to waste resources on trying to rebuild that wall.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got Big Brother at 15, increases connectivity by 1 building piece. Okay, that was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so I think that's the second one, because at level 8 it also has automated defenses, which increases base connectivity by 1 building piece.
So you're increasing it by 2 now. That's kind of cool as well. Fully contained increases the damage reflected by base by 50%.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was anything in here that reflected damage.
Yeah, and then at 3 stars, he gets the Plasma Pulse.
Okay.
So cost is 40 energy, 45-second cooldown. The damage is 51.4 plasma energy damage. Deploys a device which emits exploding plasma pulses every 0.125 seconds for 10 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I think... didn't Base Kyle have that one as well?
He may have had something similar to
go back
it.
Up to the top. Yeah, there's plasma
plasma
pulse.
pulse.
So yeah, he
so
does have that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was another thing I saw down there. Mega Base increases base connectivity by 2 building pieces. So by the time you get to level 25, this thing has grown by 4 building pieces that this thing is protected by, which is crazy. It's amazing. And the fact that all those will do electrical damage and they repair themselves. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if whatever you're protecting in the middle of the base, it's almost like you'd want to use these walls to put around it if you don't have a massive base, so that when the enemies, the husks, come after the base, these things will be repairing themselves.
No, that's exactly it. And then you got the level 30 recycling for every 5 buildings of the same material. Base generates 1 of that resource type every 60 seconds. The base can store a maximum 150 of each resource. Interact with base to collect. So that's kind of cool as well, especially if you use all of your supplies, especially if you're using metal, because you need metal in order to create bullets, craft bullets. So if you use it all to make the base, at least you have it regenerating, so you can, if you're like, oh no, I need to get more ammo, you can just go collect it from the base to be able to craft it. Now this kind of leads you to believe that you should probably put down the base relatively early, because it says for every 5 buildings of the same material. It doesn't say that it has to be connected to the base, though. It just says for every 5 buildings of the same material. So if that's 5 walls, then you generate 1. You can just drop your base, go ahead and start building stuff while you're protecting whatever is the atlas or the landing zone for the balloon, and you can just keep coming back and just collecting 150 metal from your base whenever you just kind of be moseying on by. So that's kind of cool, though. I like that.
The only thing is it is 1 for 1. So it generates 1 every 60 seconds.
Yep. But if you're building a lot of stuff, if you put down a lot of walls, making like a multi-form perimeter, all of a sudden you'll have 50 pieces. That will generate 10 every 60 seconds.
That's true.
Up to a maximum of 150. So in 15 minutes, you'll have 150 of materials just sitting there. 15 minutes goes by really. Well, actually, it doesn't really go by that quickly in the Save the World. Usually within 15 minutes, you start getting warnings about a nasty storm coming in and getting 2 days left.
All right. He has a huge base with strong self-repairing walls and some limited resource generation.
Okay.
To sort of sum that up.
That's kind of cool. It's unfortunate that we have him as an epic, and we just got base Kyle as a legendary, so I don't see a lot of real reason to keep him around, but you never know.
Yeah. We have an epic survivor, personalities dreamer, set bonus, trap damage bonus.
Cool.
Then the 1,000 firecracker tickets.
That's kind of cool.
For the spring event.
Oh boy.
Rare lead survivor, personality dependable, and she's a leader match for the engineer.
We've got Mythic, though, don't we?
Yeah.
For the engineering. So unfortunately, she's going to take a back seat because a Mythic's a Mythic, and nothing compared to a rare.
Yeah, and then we have power-based Nox in the rare, so we're not going to go through him. I mean,
he has all the same abilities, as we can quickly see. Nothing special about him. Sorry, buddy, you came in the wrong booster pack.
Yeah, and then we have rare survivor, personality adventurous, and set shield bonus, and then a couple of uncommons.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. I'd rather they, kept the uncommons and gave me like 1 instead of 2 of those.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice if they did it kind of like how the troll loot llama came up, where it was you don't get any sort of uncommons, it's just rares and above.
Yeah. Because I mean, like we got 12 and they say 11. I would have much rather than been like, okay, here's an extra rare instead of these 2 uncommons.
No, exactly. But the nice thing is you can trade these guys in. You'll get some hero XP. Put it towards something that you really want. Maybe base Kyle up at the top. Start leveling him up. But it's not too bad of a pack.
No. Well, there you have it, guys. That's the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon with more of these. So keep checking back. Grayson out.
Boris out.